your resignation letter really struck me. I tweeted this out because I read the whole thing as soon as you sent it. And this is how you ended it. It has become clear to me that this institution is no place for people who intend to think freely and explore ideas. Keep in mind, this is Megyn Kelly saying this piece. This is a university. It's a university. Back to you. For 10 years, I have taught my students the importance of living by your principles. One of mine is to defend our system of liberal education from those who seek to destroy it. Who would I be if I didn't? And that's why you felt you had no choice but to leave. I have to ask you, because having been through something like this, I mean, I have been through something like this. In fact, when I was reading about your professors turning on you and pulling out the microphone when you had people like Christina Hoff Sommers and Brett Weinstein and his wife Heather come speak, trying to silence your guests and silence discussion and, basically make a pariah out of you. I thought, my God, this is like being a former Fox News anchor at NBC News. Right. But anyway, I understand, as you write me in the letter, it did take a human toll. You say, I wish I could say it didn't, be the tough guy, kissing the muscles, I'm good. But this does take a human toll on you.
It does, but I want to make crystal clear to you that I am not a victim here. I didn't understand exactly what I was getting into, but I made the decision to fight back. I could have easily kept my mouth shut and things would have turned out much different. I have a very comfortable life. I'd be very chill. So I'm not a victim. I knew exactly what I was doing, and I did it because it was the right thing to do, and I would do it all over again. Maybe I would do it all over again to be sure. But I'm not a victim here, and I think that there's something important about standing up and speaking out. And when you hear an injustice, you don't remain silent about it. Speak up. Be bold, be forthright in your speech. And if you're not, then what's this whole thing about? Yeah. Why? What are you doing? What kind of relationships do you want to have?
I couldn't agree more. It's like somebody was asking me recently, how do you handle the criticism that you receive online and elsewhere? And my response was, the goal is not for it not to bother you. The goal is to get to the place where you do it anyway. Right? Like,
correct.
We're humans. It doesn't feel good to have terrible things said about you or to have your colleagues treat you like that. But the goal can't be universal love. Otherwise, you'd be taking very different positions if you have any ethics at all, right? You have to follow your ethical code. You have to take the positions that you believe in and let the dust settle, right? Wherever it may. And I feel like that all of that led you to the place you are right now.
Right. And so I want to comment on the hate you get. So I love your Twitter feed, follow you on Twitter.
Thank you.
Thanks for wishing me happy birthday. That's really nice.
I'm a big fan of yours.
And so, well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I look at the criticism. And I marvel at it. And I think it's two things that are going on. I think it's tall poppy syndrome from the Australians. Like when somebody achieves something, everybody just wants to cut them down. But I think this is really important because it ties the conversation back into the university system again. So one of the things that we see happening is that when people are underaccomplished, they can't take responsibility for that. And yeah, there are systems that have screwed people over. There's just no question about it. But when people think that they should rise to some kind of social, privilege or more money or what have you, status in society, when that doesn't happen, it's very easy to blame the system, right? Mm-hmm. And so when they see someone like you as success, instead of saying, wow, this person worked really hard. And that's the other thing. I think often people don't understand what it takes to be successful, like the crazy amount of hours you've put in, the crazy amount of work you've put in. But it's very easy to rip people down. It's very easy to blame the system. It's very easy to do all of these things as opposed to taking accountability. Now, that doesn't mean we shouldn't fix the system to give everyone a public education of the first rate, et cetera. Of course, we need to do these things. But we also need to be mindful of our own efforts in making a contribution to things. And it's very easy to sit and tweet about what a horrible person is, as opposed to actually doing some work, right? Mm-hmm. As opposed to actually
trying to make yourself a tall poppy. You're a tall poppy too.